Rita and Valerie Wenberg are sisters, but they didn't bond through family life. It was their childhood as victims of the stolen generation that kept them close.
I'm Rita Mae Wenberg. I was born on Caterpie Island, and then when I was a bit younger, I was put in Rosalie Park Mission as a baby. Then I was moved on to Cootamundra Girls Training Home for girls.
Oh, I'm Valerie Leno, maiden name's Wenberg, and I was born in Crown Street Women's Hospital, Surrey Hills. And I was put on the Rosemary Mission, that's down Nowra, and I was put into Bomariri Children's Home, down Nowra. Sister Barker told me that I was going to be transferred with my young sister to go to Cootamundra Girls Home to meet the other elder sisters. No, I didn't know I had any other sisters.
The policy was to hope that they'd be able to wipe out the Aboriginal people. They took the children so young and trained them as a white child so they can wipe the Aboriginal race out at that time. They reckon the mother and the father were dirty and filthy, and the houses were dirty and filthy. The mothers didn't realise what was going on, and never see their baby again. And then, of course, at 8 years old, and poor mum, she died at any rate. Because I was 8 and mum died when I was 8 years old in Aboriginal Hospital. And they said, she had TB, but I think she died of a broken heart, really. She lost all her children. And she just went in sort of depression. And I think a lot of the family done that. A lot of them went into depression. And a lot of the mothers and fathers, uncles and that just got on the drink. They couldn't handle it because the government was too powerful those days. And they try to take you away as far away from your real family. So when you grow up, you won't be able to find them. And I think they've done a wonderful job at that, because now, at our age now, we don't want to associate with our family, because they weren't there for us, so we never lived with them. So why should, that's how I feel. I know it sounds bitter, but they didn't do anything for us, so why worry about them?
Rita, an artist, has transferred some of her memories onto canvas. Many of her paintings tell stories of sadness, isolation and hope.
And these are the 6 sisters. That's Dorothea. She was 6 months old. And they took her to the hospital. They brought her back, but she died. And Pat, who was 20, they put her in a car and park and mental institution and gave shocks to the head, electric shocks in her head. And she didn't survive. Well, that's their spirits going up to heaven. That's the idea of that. I believe in the spirit, out of our body. That's the Bombardier children. The brighter the colour is, the better you feel. That's why I wear a lot of bright colours, because you feel better in yourself.
But some of their stories offer no escape.
If I would have been brought up in a loving environment, place like with my family, my mum, these things would have never had happened. And, well, the worst thing that's ever happened to me, I hope I can say it, they used to teach us to a lady to the white family to go to domestic work and all this. Well, I went out to this farm and this bloke, I can say it now, he was an ex-copper. Well, when I went out to the farm, they expect me to milk a cow. Well, I couldn't milk a cow, so I had to put water in the milk, in the bucket, and he said, "You put water in this milk." And I said, "I can't milk the cow." And he said, "I'll teach you to milk a cow." And behind the curtain, he had this fence wire, and he melted me with this fence wire. Then the next day, he went and he said, "I'm going to take the kids kids to school. And he said, oh, and his wife, he said, I want you to look after the baby. And I didn't know how to change the nappy. I didn't know anything about babies. So I left the nappy on the baby and just hoped for the best. Everything was turned out all right. And I was in the lounge, vacuuming the lounge. Then he comes home. He didn't have his wife with him, and he come home. He walks through the lounge. He said, get in here, Val, you haven't made the kids' bed. And I yelled out, I said, I did make the kids' bed. He said, get in here. I went in there, he threw on the bed and he raped me. And this was going on for quite a while, and because I was too scared to do anything. And he came home that night, and I had a plate in my hand, was going to take his dinner in there, and I broke the plate. And what he did is put the fence fire again, and felt me again with the fence fire, and my legs were bleeding, and I just ran out real fast into the cold. It was winter. I just shaken. I slept in a wooden box, and I got some sacks and put it over the top of me. And the next morning I was looking out to see if they were gone from the house. I was all gone from the house, and I went inside with not knowing, not realising what this man has done to me. I knew what rules was to clean his shoes. I had to clean his shoes. I was polishing his shoes. The next minute a knock came on the door. I was so petrified. And I said, who's there? And some man answered, he says, the police. I didn't know who called the police. And I was so frightened that Matron was going to come, I was going to get into trouble for Matron. But on the way back to the home, all Matron was saying to me, now don't tell any of the girls what has happened to you, and tomorrow I'll show you a new dress. I didn't know where I was going to get a new dress, I didn't know where to go. So tomorrow it came, Matron brought me the new dress. A week later after that, she put me on another farm. I was just petrified. So this other girl who is from Cootamundra Girls' Home where I was, she came down to visit me, and I said, I'm going to run away. I said, I can't put up with this anymore. And we just went straight to the railway station, just got onto the train. We got to Sydney all right, and they put me back onto the train, and I refused to go back to Cootamundra, and I said, no, I'm not going back to Cootamundra. They stuck me into Parramatta Girls' Home, and I said I couldn't care less how long I would have stayed in Parramatta. At least this man couldn't got at me. I could have stayed in there forever because they had walls all around it. So that's what happened to me.
I was at the school and I ran away. The police locked me up in the jail. And he came in the night, tried to touch me. And then he took me back to the home, and the matron said, because I was bleeding. I didn't know. And she said, don't you say a word, just go clean yourself up, And that's what it is. The girls, they get raped, they get abused, but they're not allowed to say anything. Because the matron put a stop to it. You don't say it, you just got to bottle it up. All I was thinking was, I've got to get away. So I got on the train, and I got to Sydney. And they were taking tickets, and I said to I said, that lady with the coat, she's got my ticket. But she didn't. Then I ran through, and I lived under the park, in the bushes in Hyde Park in Sydney. Till they got me and put me in the jail. I ended up in jail with all prostitutes. And I didn't click on me what they said. Oh, aren't you a bit young to be in this group? But they're very, and I didn't know what they were talking about, because we didn't know anything about the facts of life or nothing. And then I went to the children's court, and the judge says, oh, we're going to send you to the Parramatta Institution for Girls. Because I stood up, and I said, oh, that's all right, Judge, I'm used to sit down. Because I said, well, I'm used to it, it doesn't bother me. And it didn't bother me. But the big high walls around, it didn't.
No, it didn't bother me neither.
Because I thought it might be because we felt safe. I think with the big one, nobody can just come walking through. I think that's why it didn't bother us.
Sadly, it was more than abuse that laid a traumatic road to adulthood for Rita and Valerie, and many other children of the stolen generation.
But unfortunately, I just couldn't cope with the outside world. I ended up slashing my wrist, trying to kill myself, because I used to blame myself for what happened. Then I realised later on in years, I realised it wasn't me. And then came the reconciliation. They asked me to go back to Cootamundra for the first time I went back. The reconciliation ages ago, and they said, oh, Valerie said, one of the girls said, Rachel's in the nursing home. Jeez, I had so much hatred for her. All I wanted to do is get my hands and choke her for putting me out on this property. She should have taken more care of putting Aboriginal girls out there, and look on the property like that. So I went to I had so much hate, and I went and saw her in the nursing home. And sister said to me, oh, she can't hear you, Val. She said, you've got to put your head right down to her ears. And I said, this is Valerie Wenberg. You know what she said to me? I forgave her for what she'd done, I forgave Matron, She said it wasn't her fault. And I forgave her because I know whose fault it was. It was the white policy and the white welfare who put all these things onto the Aboriginal kids. They should take more care and look at these people where they put Aboriginal kids. I wasn't the only one who got raped. 1,000 Aboriginal kids and boys who got raped.
Yeah.
The Matron said it wasn't her fault. And I realised, no, because Matron used to help the girls out a lot. And she used to get into trouble from the home for helping the girls out. When they used to throw the girls out on nowhere to go. We didn't know where we belong. You just go out on anywhere you go, because you turn that age. You got to battle your own canoe. We weren't even taught about our own culture.
No, we know nothing.
Sorry.
Because that's the idea of in the home. They don't tell you nothing whatsoever. And all your Aboriginal identity is wiped off. You've been young and been brainwashed and thinking you're white and you're black. It's a very hard thing to face. And you see other dark people when you get out of home, and you see other dark people walking around. I used to cross the street quick. I wouldn't associate. And it's very hard for us at our age now to sort of associate with your own people. The majority of the girls, because they couldn't survive outside the home, a lot of them got on the drink and everything else, and they just couldn't handle life. Don't worry, I got onto the drink. I thought the bottle was my best friend. Because when I got in my 50s, I used to walk down the street crying. Because I didn't know what was wrong with me. My doctor said, we're going to send you to a psychiatrist. I said, I'm not mad. And he said, no, Reed, it's not that you're mad, it's just that you said, we've got to try and stop what's blocking you and why are you crying so much. And it took 5 visits for me to realise what was wrong with me. We laugh a lot. We laugh terribly a lot. Don't we? We laugh at things that you should not be laughing at. You might be watching something that's very bloodthirsty. We laugh at it. You might be watching somebody that just died.
Yeah, we laugh.
We laugh at it.
Right.
But I think laughing is a tense thing. It sort of stops you from panicking and getting depressed. Because I think laughing is sort of a protection shield for us, if you understand. It's a shield for us.
If someone dies, it doesn't hit us.
No.
We don't cry.
Well, I think the most thing I missed is not having a mother to show us mother's love. And I think mother's love is very important to a child as they grow up. And if you've got that mother's love, and she needs to teach you the love and everything else, and how to look after your own children, you have your children, you get it from your mother, and which we didn't have. So my marriage didn't last anyway because I didn't know how to handle children. It was just very hard to be a mother. And that's what happened, They done a good job on that, the government.
For years, Rita and Valerie were deprived of any knowledge about their real family, left unaware of even how many siblings they had. But later, Valerie discovered their father was born to a Swedish Jew. Their father had been in the army and he had also fought to reunite the family.
Oh, my brother came up to the home, didn't even know I had brothers.
Yeah.
And they used to get the letters, and my brother used to tell me what my father used to say. And he was just, he said he had a place for us to come home up to Grafton, and yet the welfare wouldn't let us out of there. And I only learned all this when I left the home, and the grandfather came out to Australia. He changed his name. He was the one who changed the name, because Wemyss was spelled Jewish name. He cut the I out of it. It was spelled W-E-I, he used to spell it N-B-E-R-G, but he cut the I out of it so he could get over to Australia.
Like we said, our family are the Cooter girls. They're our family. We don't depend on any other one. Because we all brought up in the same home as young children, and we're still very good friends. But we always say the home girls are our family.
Valerie and Rita's past has many parallels with Jews in recent history, and although they admit their difficulty in feeling sympathy, they feel a connection with the Jewish people.
With the Jewish people, because they were just plain Jewish people, this is what happened. And because we were just plain Aboriginal black, that was happened.
Because when we were in the home, I thought it was a bit, I know I shouldn't, a bit funny, where they say to the girls, well, you're the half caste, and you're the quarter caste, and you're the full blood. Because we were the half caste, weren't we?
It was half caste.
Yeah.
But I always
Which is a stupid thing. I felt sorry for the Jewish people, what they've been going through. I feel very sorry for them. I've got a lot of feeling towards them, as well as what our people have been through.
Yeah, because they killed all our ancestors off, didn't they? They poisoned the waterholes. And poisoned flowers and things like that, and they killed our ancestors off. It's just all genocide.
Yeah.
Things like this. Anne Franks, she was a very, very brave woman. I think she was very, very brave. I don't think I could have went through that. I mean, I went through hell now, but what she's gone through, it's different to me. She went through hell. At least I had food in my stomach. She starved. They starved her. That was very sad.
And despite their pasts, they remain very spiritual and inspirational women.
Rita and I, we're both very spiritual women, and I believe, for me surviving so long, I believe that it was because of my mum. Because my mum was a full-blood Aboriginal person, and I believe that she guided me and helped me through all this trauma. What happened to me, and I still believe that.
Yeah, I do a lot of painting, I do a lot of spiritual paintings. And one day I finished one painting and I put it on the wall and it kept going like this on me. And I thought, Grandma Una, I thought, she's behind me again. I could feel her. So I went back, I took the painting off and I redone it. Put it back and it stopped still. So I reckon that Grandma Una always watches me when I'm painting. That's where I get all my spiritual work, like the eagle and all that. Yeah, and the spirit of the gum, we call it the spirit of the gum tree. Yeah, I always think of Grandma Una when I'm painting. So I must have got it from someone, so I reckon it's Grandma.